Well, it's been 3 days since polls closed on midterm election Tuesday, and tonight we still don't know what the balance of power will be in Congress.
That was a big question coming in so many places. Tonight, Fox 4 Investigates is finding out why ballots are still getting counted in numerous states, while Florida finished counting days ago. Investigative reporter Ryan Kruger joins us live from the newsroom with how Florida became such a national standard for elections. Ryan.
For some longtime election watchers, that might be pretty hard to believe, given Florida's history with elections.
Any story about Florida's current elections must start with its past.
It is my duty under Florida law.
22 years ago, the presidential election between Al Gore and George W. Bush, Florida, to many critics, became a national embarrassment with its hanging chads and butterfly ballots.
Because I don't believe that the procedures and process here are appropriate.
Fast forward 22 years later, and now the world already knows who won Florida's election. To find out what changed, I spoke on the phone with FGCU political science professor Dr. Peter Bergerson.
Was it that Florida leaders just decided we're not going to do that again, so they changed state law? How did all that work?
Yeah, that's basically it. They put in some additional guidelines, more money for better machines, more professionalized training.
That includes passing legislation that allows the state to start counting mail-in ballots a full 3 weeks before Election Day. State law also requires that early voting ballots be counted by the day before Election Day and for the results to be posted within 30 minutes of the polls closing.
Different states have different rules for the hours of voting, for how they're tabulated, how the results are released. And so it is really a broad mix of different types of elections in different states.
Emma Steiner, who studies disinformation for the voting advocacy group Common Cause, says there's nothing nefarious going on with the vote counts in other states, but as that count drags on and the balance of power in both the House and Senate hangs in the balance, that gives bad actors the chance to pounce.
We've seen and will continue to see bad actors and disinformation spreaders push the narrative that only election night results are valid and that counting ballots after Election Day is an indicator of widespread fraud.
Now, vote by mail is possibly the biggest difference between Florida and states like Arizona and Nevada. For instance, in Florida, a mail-in ballot has to be received by Election Day, but in Nevada, it just has to be postmarked by Election Day. It can actually be received and counted up until Saturday. Ryan Kruger, Fox 4 Investigates.